Hey guys, welcome back to CourseCreatorHandbook.com. Amit here again. We are at it one more time, and today's topic is funnel hacking. So, not really funnel hacking, and first of all, what is funnel hacking? A funnel hacking is where you have engineered or reverse engineered someone's sales funnel, and now you hack it to make it your own, and then you start using it. What I want to show you today is creating a WordPress site. There was part one where I created a landing page and a thank you page. Today what I want to do is get inspiration from someone I follow, Josh and Jill Staten, and they have a podcast called Screw the 9 to 5. They have Screw the 9 to 5 membership community. I'm not part of that community yet. I don't want to pay for it, but I loved listening to their podcast, and today I am going to try to recreate their website using my WordPress skills. And once you guys see this, you'd be able to do it yourself. I have already downloaded most of the photos from their site, and their website is built on Clickfunnels, which is about anywhere between $97 to $297 a month. WordPress is free. We covered hosting in a previous video, and I'll link to that video uh, within this. I'll give you the link. And so hosting was about $3.60 a month, and so that's $360 a month we are for hosting. And then Thrive Themes is $218 a year. What is that a month? I don't even know. So $18. So we're saying 18 plus 360 for hosting. So we are at $21 a month all in to create landing pages, to create beautiful websites. And if you want to add email marketing, that's an additional. I pay $17 to active campaign, and I get up to 1,000 contacts. If I go up, it's maybe like $30 a month. So you're talking $50 a month to create your landing pages and to get people into your funnel by getting their email. All of this versus $97 a month with ClickFunnels. And you can see the savings here. If I'm paying 51 a month times 12 months is $612 versus, let's go with the 297 plan. If you want to do everything, $297, that doesn't seem right, oh, times 12, $3,564, and we were at 50 times 12, $600. So that's a huge difference. 600 versus 3,500. I'm really bad at math. That's a $2,900 savings a year if you were to teach yourself how to use WordPress. ClickFunnels is great, but to use ClickFunnels, you are paying into the ease of using it. With WordPress, yes, there is the learning curve, and that's why I'm here. There are other people out there teaching WordPress how to build sites. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm on their website. Another way to know if this website was built on ClickFunnels or not is if I just drag this tab down here, you'll see the ClickFunnels logo here. It's called a gravatar, and just by looking at this, I know this was built on ClickFunnels, and we're going to try to copy this. I'm not going to go into the menu part of this here. So if you click on the menu, it just goes down straight to on this page. We'll see if we have time to discuss this. If not, I'll create a second video for the menu part. But for now, I'm going to concentrate on everything from down here. So let's start with this. I'm going to copy this stuff. So what I have done in WordPress is, once you're in your dashboard, I went to pages. Let me do this again. When you log into WordPress, you're going to be on your dashboard. From here, you're going to go to pages, and I'm going to create a new page which is already here. Let me delete this so we can start from scratch and add new. And now you can give this whatever name you want. I have copied, so their website is getaddictednow.com. I'm not affiliated with them, so if you go to their website, I don't get anything. Okay, and I just want to touch real quick on affiliates. I feel like I do have affiliate products that I give out to people, or I'll share a link if I think that's going to add value. And I feel like affiliates get a bad rep because people think that affiliates are sleazy. But if I stand behind a product and I know that that would help another fellow course creator and make me money in the mean at the same time, then why not help someone else and also make money? I feel like that's what we all do in our jobs, right? I go to work 9 to 5, help someone make more money, and in return I get paid for it. All right, so that's my take on affiliates. When I first started doing internet marketing, I used to hate affiliates. I was like, oh, these guys are just out there to make a buck, which is fine. There's nothing wrong in that as long as you're upfront and honest and telling someone, listen, this is an affiliate link, and I do get commission if you go and buy. You'd still pay the same, and you're helping someone else out. So I'm going to hit this as save draft. We're obviously not going to publish this website because we're not trying to steal from someone. You always want to create your own site. Here I'm doing is trying to show you how you can get inspiration from people you follow and make it your own. So what I'm going to do here is go to Thrive landing pages, choose a landing page, and we're going to go with the blank one since all of the stuff we need is going to be pretty custom. So now you have your blank page. I'm going to get rid of the Thrive Themes logo. We start here. So let's go here, see, we want to copy this part, lower your Facebook ad spend and increase your conversions. This is a great point, is when a user comes to your website, you should be able to do the squint test, as in within those first 5 to 10 seconds, if someone was looking at your website maybe from a distance, can they tell what your website is about without going any further? And this is a great example where I can tell right away what this is about. If I want to lower my Facebook ad spend, then it's right here. Okay, so I'm going to center align this. Heading 1 is what I want to choose because this is a heading, and all of these things matter, like heading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because that's how Google understands your web pages. H1 is heading. So whenever you choose this on the back end, Thrive Themes has all of this is built on HTML. So Thrive is putting those HTML codes on the back end so that Google can understand your website and it'll rank higher on SEO if you have the correct number of headings, H1, H2, correct number of paragraphs. I'm not a Google SEO expert, but these are the things I have learned. I'm going to change the font size a bit. Let's go with 50. All right, that looks more like it. So the page has this background which looks like paper or something. It's a blurry looking background. For my pictures I usually go to pexels.com. That's PEXELS. Let me just type here bills. Maybe I don't want dollar bills. Let's search receipts. This looks like a good one. I can probably use this. I'm going to download this. Medium, download. Now if I put this image as is, I'll show you what happens. Let me go here. Now first thing what I want to do is I want to put a page section here. As you will see on this addicted website, all of these things are different page sections. So this is a page section, this is another page section, this is the third page section, so on and so forth. And that's what we want to do, is we want to mimic that. So I'm going to put a page section here. I'm going to move this headline, drag and drop it here. I know it won't let me. This is something I've noticed. Sometimes Thrive kind of glitches out, so I refresh the page and then everything works fine. Before you refresh the page though, make sure you hit save changes. Alright, I'm going to drag and drop this here. Now I'm going to put the image in the background. So I'm going to click on the page section. If you see, if I hover my mouse here, this is the page section. Then if I come down here, this is my text box. So I'm going to click on the page section. I want to select a background image, and I'm going to upload that file that I just downloaded from Pexels. But I think you'll see what happens when I do this. Here it is. This is the one. We're going to open this. It automatically gives it the title, which is fine. For SEO purposes, you might want to make sure that your title is, even on images, Google can kind of understand what your image is about. we won't get into that today. Now you can see it's going to be hard to read because of the way the image is, so I'm going to go to a different website now, one of my other favorites, PicMonkey, and I'm going to try to put almost like a mask on it so that people can understand it better. So I'm going to go to edit image. We'll cover PicMonkey later. You can kind of watch me go through this and see how I'm doing it just to get an idea, but I'll make sure I cover it in another video to go in depth on how I use PicMonkey to edit images and kind of make them pop. So I'm going to go to this butterfly, which is overlays, and I usually go to the geometric overlays. I select this rectangle. Actually, let me select this square right here because the image is kind of square. So I take it here, drag it all the way. No, let's go back to rectangle. I don't think the square is going to cover this. Okay, so now our image is covered. I'm going to fade it out. Here we go. Combine these two layers, and then I'm doing this part pretty fast in the interest of time, because creating that website is going to take us a while. Just because I'm talking and doing things at the same time and explaining you, it might take me about 30-45 minutes. Usually I can get it done pretty in half the time because I've been doing this for a while. So now in PicMonkey, you just select what kind of quality you want. I think Sean is like the highest, Pierce is a little lower, and then Roger is the lowest. And you can see the size changes too. There is a significant savings in the size when you do this with PicMonkey. So excuse me. Funnel hacking. Let me save this here. Call it receipts. And I'm going to go back to my page here. Oops, it's not what I wanted to do. I want to change the background image, upload that file again, and where is it? Documents, Course Creator Handbook, Funnel Hacking. Let's do all files. Interesting, I don't see it. Pretty sure I saved it. Let's try this one more time. Save it to computer. I'm just going to save it on the desktop, and it is a JPEG. Let's try it again one more time. Alright, here it is. So I'm going to upload this. Now this is going to put a little mask on the image, and what that does is it makes the text look a little more readable. Alright, so the image has been added. Now I'm going to change the color of my text here to white. Add this as a favorite. So you can save favorite colors here. That way, if there's a color that you use a lot, it'll always be there and you don't have to go search for it. Alright, so that's done. Next is this part right here. I'll copy this. I'm going to add a text section here, paste it here, center align it, and again change the text color to white. Now you can see here that there is spacing in between. On these two sides there's some margin here, and how I like to do that is I'm going to put a content container in here. I'm going to put this text inside the content container. So again, drag and drop. It's not working. Usually, I don't know why this is happening. I haven't had troubles. Again, it glitches out maybe every like 30 minutes or something, that you have to refresh the page, but never twice back to back like this. Alright, so now that this is in a content container, I can squeeze it. So again, this is your text element. If I hover over a little bit, I am now on the content container, so I click it and I can change the width. So I'm going to make it smaller, and then let's go back in the text. I want to make the text a little bigger, so I'm going to make it 24. Alright, now I'm going to spread out the content container just a tad bit to make the money part fit. Alright, there we go. I like this. I'm going to save changes. So this part is done. It's again not perfect, but you can see there's some spacing here, so we're going to give spacing now. I'm going to change this, put the line height to 70, and then this one, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give some more margin between the top part and the bottom part. So how you do is you click on content container, click on margins and padding, and I'm going to add some margin on top, 30 margin, and then I'm also going to put some line spacing in between these two lines. I'm going to make this 35, let's do 40. Remember, white space is your friend, so it's okay to have white space on your website. You don't want it all jam-packed just to throw content out there, or people would get kind of put off. So the next part is get on the waiting list. So it's closed right now, their enrollment, so get on the waiting list. If I click on this, it opens up this box. We are not going to, I'll do the box part, but we're going to concentrate mainly on the page. So I'm going to put this button here, get on the waiting list. Let's go to our page. I simply drag and drop this button right here. I'm going to put it under the text in the content container, and then same thing, I'm going to put quite a bit of space in between that and the text. So first I want to center align the button, and then I want to go to margins and padding, and let's put in 75. Alright, that's good. And now I want to make this button full width and huge. So that's kind of looking more like what we have here. Maybe I don't want it huge, I want it normal. Let's try big. Okay, perfect. Now of course this says add to cart and has an icon of a credit card. I don't want that. I want it to look like this. So I'm going to go select style 1, and I'm going to change the link to get on the waiting list. Let's do that. Perfect. I'm going to increase the font size to 50. Here we go. It's starting to look it's beginning to look a lot like their website. Alright, I'm actually now going to try to copy this color here, and how you do that is if I right click on this, do inspect, it'll open up a page where if I hover over this, I should be able to figure out what that color is. Let's see. If I just go over here, I believe, so see, they're using containers and paddings and stuff. So top padding, bottom padding, this is the stuff that you can do in Clickfunnels, but you can also do it in Thrive themes. So take that, Josh and Jill. Data block color, I don't know if that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this guy right here. Button color, let's see. Alright, here it is. It's this one right here. Let's try to copy this code 255117 and 0. Let's go here. I'm going to click on my button, select the background color. Let's see if that worked. Nope, I'm missing something. There's usually 4. Here we go. Copy that. Boom. Get on the waiting list. Looks just like it. Almost. We're almost there. There's some text shadow that I'm going to get rid of. So button color is this. I'm going to add this to the favorites, and then mouse over color, I'm going to take the same one and make it a little lighter, and you'll see what happens as soon as someone hovers over it, the color changes. And then text color is good, text mouse over color is good, text shadow color is why you see this little shadow here. So I'm going to give it the same color as our button color, and that way the shadow disappears. So that's it, you're good here, we are done. Let's save changes. Moving on to section number 2. Now they do have, if I close this out, the inspect element, they do have this little icon here. You can have, this could be an image, they have a clickable image, so if I click this it just brings me towards the second half of the page. So I'm going to put in an icon here, add icon, and if you have your icons loaded, I had covered this in a previous video, you can go check that out, how to load these icons in here. So we're looking for a down arrow. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, this one looks good. I'm going to use this to change the size of this icon. So every time you click an element, this menu opens up and lets you do all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm going to change the size of the icon, and I'm going to color it white. Mouse over color will also be white, and then the background and border color is fine the way it is. I'm going to change the margin here a little bit, so I'm going to change this to 60, just so everything is in the view above the fold. And then this arrow is kind of like an indicator that go down for more information. So now what we're going to do is save changes, go down to I'm going to drag and drop another page section here, and in this page section we're going to copy this and click into the page section, paste it, and it looks like let's see what that font size is. I'm going to save this again, refresh the page. Come on Thrive, you're making me look bad. Alright, for the record, I love Thrive themes. Everything they put out is awesome. So I'm going to change this to a heading. Actually no, I'm going to go back to paragraph, make this about 30, center align it, and make sure the text color is black, and the page background actually looks kind of similar to this, so I'm going to leave it as is and move on to this section where there is an image and then there's a bunch of text. So first I'm going to copy this text, go back to R, and now we are going to add another page section. In this page section the background color was white, so I'm going to click on the page section, select background color. Oh, actually I didn't want shadow, external shadow, I don't want it. Background color is white, and then I'm going to click in here and paste this part. Now this one came in kind of not looking the way it is, but we can fix that. So let's fix that, but first what I want to do is go up here, find an image and drop it on the left of the, look for the green line, and then you can drag and drop it. And what this is where we'll add Jill's photo. So let's copy this. So you start to think maybe it's my copy, dot dot dot. So after dot dot dot, what I'm going to do is press enter, and that goes into a second paragraph, and then the rest of it is all the same text style. So I'm going to just do a shift enter so it doesn't create a new paragraph. Picture me right. Alright, picture me right, then it's deep breath, then it's ads, then the rest of it. Okay, so that's done. Now this one is much bigger than the rest, so I'm going to make this a heading, and we're going to make it, I'm going to move this here a bit, make this a little smaller. There we go, and I'm going to give it that black color. Same thing with this, text color is black, And then what I'm going to do here is add some margin on bottom. I want to increase the space between this part and this part, so I'm going to go to 35. Because see the white space here, that's what I'm trying to achieve. So maybe I can go even further to 45. Alright. And now we want to add this image here. So I've copied the image already. I click on add media, upload files, and I think if I go to my folder here, it's Jill looking small. Boom. How awesome is that? I'm going to center align it, so now it looks a little bit just like this one, and you can see that it almost looks like it's blending in with the next page section. That's what we're going to do. So I am going to click on this box itself, the entire box, and make sure click on this down arrow, so she moved down a little bit. If I click on this, it's sent both elements on left and right are center aligned. I want to move this one down, and then I'm going to add a new page section here and see if it aligns well. Alright, so see there's a gap between this page section and this page section. What I'm going to do is click on our new page section here, go to margins and give a negative margin to the top one. Let's go with negative 30. Alright, almost there. Let's go with negative 40. So it's going to look like she's almost standing behind that page section. Let's try 45. Alright, that's exactly what it looks like. Perfect. Now I'm going to copy this headline here. Have you ever wanted to? And that's another great way, is to ask questions in your copy, so you're kind of answering, joining the conversation that they're already having in their head, right? Alright, so this page section color looks, let me just brighten my screen here. It looks kind of similar to this. It's just a subtle difference, but enough so people know that they're on a different section. It's all about pattern interruption. And the text element, what I'm going to do is add a new text element here and paste this part here. Have you ever wanted to? Center align it. I'm going to make it into a heading and make it black in color. Perfect. So now for the next part, there's a bunch of little arrows here, right? Almost like bullets. So how we can achieve this is I'm going to copy the text here, go back, I'm going to save changes here just so I don't lose my spot. I'm going to go find styled list, and these are the 6 different bullets you get with Thrive themes. So I'm just going to copy, drag and drop this here. Again, as you see, the bullets, they take the entire width of your page section. We don't want that. We want to contain them just like this, and to do that I'm going to drag a content container, drop it here, take these bullets, drop it in the content container, get rid of this box. Now I can shrink my content container like this. What you can do with these bullets is, this one is blue, these are arrows, and I'm bringing in check marks. Let's see if I can change them to, there we go. So these are blue in color. You can click on this little color swatch here, and these are the only 8 you get to pick. I think Thrive Themes is working on giving you a selection of any color you want, but for now this is what we have to work with. So I'm going to select this blue. As you can see, now they have turned blue, and it's time for a refresh. Okay, let's try this. I'm going to click in here, refresh my page, and now I should be able to edit those bullets. I'm going to put the first bullet point here. Actually, it kind of, I think because of the way I'm pasting it, it's okay. Here we go. If you ever want to copy and paste something and not have it affect your formatting. On MacBook, it's Command Shift V instead of Command V. So CMD plus the Shift button plus V. And on Windows, it's CTRL plus Shift plus V. And this lets you keep the formatting, the source formatting, instead of switching it up. That's what I just did. Let's see if that works here. If I copy this, click in here. Come on, Thrive. What's going on? There we go. And there it is. So now to add another bullet, you just go in here or at the end of this text and hit enter, and that adds a third bullet. So let me do this one more time, and then I can forgot the Command Shift V. So you get the idea. I'm going to do this, the rest of this part here, so you don't have to suffer through it, and I'll be back. Alright, we are back with all the bullet points. Now what we have to do is, some of these are in bold, so I'm going to make that change here. This should be easy. Increase your brand visibility, make it bold, make this entire thing black. This one is again black, and select this part, make it bold. And you guys see how easy this is, and it's just a matter of, it's muscle memory. It's like muscle memory. The more you do this, the more you'll get good at it, and soon you'd be able to create your own websites from scratch in no time, and you don't have to pay someone buku bucks to do it. I know it is, I mean, if I was to charge for something like that, I would do at least a couple of grand, because of the customization. It's not out of the box. You have to sit here and do all of this stuff, which takes time, and that's what really what you're paying for is time, someone else's time to do the things that you don't want to do. Now in my course, when my wife and I started creating the course, we didn't have the money to pay someone else, so I didn't have a choice. I had to learn this, how to do it by myself. And I had mentioned before, I started with Wix.com, which is great for a beginner, but then the level of customization that was required forced me to learn WordPress, and I was petrified. I was scared. I didn't want to do this, but now I got good at it. At least I would like to think that I got good at it. I'm just going to now try to click on the container here, expand it a little bit so everything is on one line. Perfect. And now we're going to add some more text under it, just like it is here. So I'm going to copy this text, go in here, drag and drop a paragraph element, and then I'm going to paste it, and let's see what it looks like. You this ask simple. Okay, shift enter so you don't create a new paragraph. So pay attention. Done. And this one is italic, and the line height in this is a little less, so I'm going to do 22 and make that font black. Done. Now if you guys are, as you can see, every time I do something I have to go and make the font black, which is annoying. So what I'm going to do is go to this Thrive landing page is drop down here, go to landing page settings, landing page fonts, and make sure that the color of these H1, H2, H3, H4, all of their color is black. Same thing with the paragraph color. I don't know why they would have it as white. So now I won't have to do it every time I create a new text element. Let's move on. So the last one is you get addicted. Now we have to add this. Now this is a text with a image. So if I right click on this, sometimes I can copy an image, sometimes I can't. This is an icon, so let's add that icon in here. So what I'm going to do now is go hidden here, click on column layouts, and this is a 2-column layout that we're looking at. Let's add it here. So column 2 is the text, which is get addicted. Make this bold, increase the size of this to 28 maybe, and then this one is the icon. So I'm going to, here's what I'm going to do. I don't want to do this. I'm going to click on icon, drag it and drop it within this column, right under column 1. Get rid of this column 1, add icon, and it was a little checkbox. So let's see if we can find that little check mark. Sorry, not a check box. Okay, here it is. Check mark. Add you. Now I'm going to click on this column layout box itself and center align everything. But you can see here these two things are pretty far from each other, right? We want to bring them closer. You can do this two ways. You can do it with margins. So if I just click on this, and let's say I click on margins and padding, and move the right padding, I think it is, to like 400 or something. Sorry, left padding, increase that to, let's say, 250. That's one way to do it, but what happens is it's not responsive that way, which means on a mobile device it's going to look funky. Instead, what you do is drag another content container here, move this entire stuff within the content container, and now I can squeeze this content container to bring the so I'm going to make this center align. Click on the content container and come on, and squeeze it close to each other. Here we go. Icon color is black, mouse over color is black. Perfect. Done. And we are done. Moving on to the next part, which is this one. This one I tried to copy the image, but I think the image is the entire page section and I couldn't copy it. So what I did instead, and what we are going to do, is add in another page section. Make this one white. So background color is white. And again, we're going to give this some margins and padding. Actually, no, this one has space, so we're good. And now what I'm going to do is put a background image in here. So I'm going to select background image, upload files. Let's see which one it was. Alright, this is the one I decided to use instead. Hopefully it's not too bright where you can't read the text. If it is, we are not going to go through PicMonkey again. So that's what it looks like. And then we're going to start adding this. Wait, what did you just say? I'm going to copy this, put in a paragraph element here, get rid of this one, and then I'm going to just simply paste it. I'm going to make it into a heading and make the color black. And then the next one is I'm going to copy this part, go back here, add another text element, and paste it right here. Alright, let's now make it so it matches how it looks on their website. This ends at listen up. This ends at hear out. This one ends at ruthless optimization. And then basically create, and then the last part. Perfect. Again, you can see it's kind of fully spread through the page. We don't want that. So alright, so to make this text a little smaller, what we're going to do is, you guessed it right, content container. So I am going to quickly click on save changes. That's really a good anytime I do something, I just click on save changes in case I end up losing something that I've been working on. Alright, it's not letting me drag it. Let me refresh the page. Trust me guys, this hasn't happened. I don't know why it's happening right now, where I'm having to refresh my page. I've never had to do this more than maybe once every 30 minutes. So I'm going to drag this in the content container here, delete this part, and then I'm going to squeeze it, make it left align, squeeze it a little more, and that's good. It's not perfect. Let me make this center. So now what I can do is I can marginalize this, where I can put a little bit of left margin here maybe, so it's more readable in this kind of like the wooden background area. Here we go, almost there. Let me do maybe 75. Here we go, perfect. I can your visitors will be able to read this. And now, but first let's introduce ourselves. Let's copy this, move a little paragraph down here. I want to keep this within the page here, but outside of the content container. Center align it, increase the font size maybe a little bit to 26. Let's go 30. And you can see as I make these changes, the image kind of keeps changing, zooms in and out based on how you're doing it, and that's how I want it to happen. Alright, so the next one is an image on the left side, and then this box here, and you can see it's kind of like a box, right? It's got these rounded corners. And so what I'm going to do first is, this looks another one of those where the image is the background of the page section, and on top of that page section they have put a box. So let's do that. I'm going to copy another page section, put it here, select a background for this page section. I couldn't figure out I couldn't download that image. When I right click on it, it wouldn't let me save it. So instead I have this one that I downloaded from pexels.com. Put this in here in the background, and now what I want to do is put a content box. That's what this is, a content box. You see, it's like got a little gray background, and it has like so not a background, a border, and then white background, so the text is readable. So let's go look for a content box, and I want style 6. You can kind of play around with all the styles that are in there and see what works best for you. And then I'm going to paste the text here. So now what we want to do is, you guessed it, add this, all of this in a content container. So I'm going to put the content container here, put this box within the content container, and the content container I want it right aligned. I'm going to change the width of it, so it's like this, and I'm going to now click on the box, give it a radius of like 4, so that gives you like the rounded edges. Let's do 8 maybe. Alright, and now we are going to change the color. So the background color, I want it white, but I also want a little bit of transparency in there, right? So this is the opacity, transparency, and then the border color, we wanted it to be like a little grayish almost. and that's it. Here we go. So now we can make our changes. We are Josh and Jill. Make this like 28. Make it bold. Anytime it doesn't fit, we can always just mess around with the content box. Make the content container, and increase the width a bit to fit things in there. Parts right kinda way. So let's make it like this. Parts right kind of way, and then another way before. I'm just looking for the end words so I can put the little alright, there we have it. So in this one I can kind of read everything without scrolling up and down, and in this one I have to scroll up and down to finish this, right? So what I want to do here is click on the content container here and make it a little more bigger. Try to fit it all in. I might not be able to because they're using a full width and I didn't do my landing page as full width. I'll show you next time how that's done. So that's done. Now I'm going to click on this page section here and remove any bottom padding, and then also margins. Alright, we're good. And now let's add another page section. In this one we are going to do this right here where they're introducing again same thing, content box and page background. So I'm going to first change the page background image, and same thing, I couldn't download that particular image file, so I found something on Pexel. Was it this one? I think this is the one I decided to use. We'll move this. I don't know if we can align it, but what I'm going to do is now copy this stuff, put a content container first. So content container right here. Can delete this part. Now we're going to put a content box. Now instead of just dragging and dropping this box, which I can do instead, because this box is a lot similar like this one, I'm just going to duplicate this element. And how I can do that is I just go on the element, click this little green button here, and that duplicates it. So I duplicated it. Now I'm going to drag it and drop it right in this content box. And for the background, since her face isn't showing, I'm going to do a static image, or actually it's a full height image. No, we don't want full height. I forget, I think it's static. Nope, we don't want static image either. I forget how to get this down further. Might have to I'm going to continue doing these videos, so we'll cover that. But in the interest of time, we want to keep it short and simple here. So now I'm going to make this a darker black background with a little opacity. So I'm going to click on my box here, go to colors, background color black, make it a little opaque, and then this one we're going to make the color white, and this entire box can be squeezed a little bit and moved to the left, and then her face is on the right. So that's how this works. The last thing I want to show you is this part right here, it's kind of like a testimonial, how to put a testimonial in there. So this is going to be the last part, because everything else you actually no, I want to show you that and also this part, and that's where we will end today's session. So let's do the testimonial piece. Again, a page section. So first let's do that. We're going to put a page section in here. This page section was white background. And then I'm going to copy this, paste it here, center align it, do this, make it bold. Actually no, I'm going to make it bigger. Let's go with 28, and then I'm going to make this part bold, so it looks, and it's a different color. So let's try to find that color. I'm going to make this one even bigger. Let's try 38, and then this one is also big. Let's go with 36, and then this entire thing has its own unique color. So that color look like a dark bluish. I'm not going to go through how we did earlier to inspect the element, but if you have time, you want to find out what color something is, feel free to do that. Okay, now this is an image on the left and then a paragraph on the right. So I'm going to copy the paragraph. I'm going to go in here, take a 2-column layout. Now you don't have to do this 2-column layout. I'm just used to doing it. You can just like if I wanted to make this section right here 2 columns, I would simply take an image, drag it and drop it to the left of it, and it becomes a 2-column layout. And now if I was to take an image and drop it next to that, that becomes a 3-column layout. So that's how it works. You don't have to go pick the column layout. I'm just used to that. And then we're going to put some text in here. The text has already been copied. I'm not going to adjust it because now you know how to do that. I just want to show you the image part of it. So I have the image. I'm going to upload that. It's James Wedmore right here, and then we can insert it. So this is already round. If it wasn't, let's say you wanted to make it round, what happened here? Background image. I don't know why that image got all funky. Okay, I like kind of like the static image look. It gives it a parallax effect, so I'm going to leave it. But let's say you wanted to make this image into a circle. You can just click on the image, select style, and make it into a circle, and that gives it that circular effect. And then if I apply a border to it, like a solid one border, you'll see the line, and I can give that border any color I want, and I can increase the size of the border. So that's how you would do it. We are going to undo these changes, and I'm going to change it this. If I click on the image, I have circle. I don't want circle, I want no style. So that's that. And then let's go back down here. So that's how you'd add the image and make it circular if you wanted to. And that section is done. The final one is this module and then the lessons. So for module is again a page section. So let's do that. I'm going to create a page section right here. This one is dark blue. So I'm going to select the background color, go with a blue, dark, not that dark. let me see if I inspect this element what this color is. I'm trying to find the color. If I don't find it, we'll just go with what we know. Yeah, I don't know what the color is. Let's just go with what we can and try to come as close to it as possible. Let's see. It's almost like a teal. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere. This looks kind of like it, so I'm going to use it. And then I'm going to add this text, module 1. That then copy this text, paste it, center align it. Module 1 is kind of like a bigger headline-ish almost. Change the color to white, and then I'm not going to make it bold. I'm actually going to stick to paragraph and just make this part bigger. So I'm going to go with 30 for the font, and then this one I'll go with 22. It actually looks bigger than that, maybe 28. And Thrive reminds you when you haven't saved in a while, so that's good. And then add this part right here. Model 1 is dedicated to blah blah and blah. Make it smaller. So this part is, let's go with 16. Not make it bold. And let's put this on the next line, make it italic. So that part was easy. Now here's the fun part, is adding this image here, and then these 6 boxes here. And how I'm going, these are all images, and how I'm going to do this is another page section here. This one is white and background color, and then I'm going to add lessons. So this looks like another content box coming our way. Let's go to content box, content container. Put this content container here, lessons, and now I'm going to start adding images in here. So I'm going to add 1 and 2. I want to squeeze this content box to only have it be on the left side here. Make the lessons come in center align. Make this a little bigger. Let's go with 26. And then I'm just going to copy these media things here. So now we have our 6 images, and then 1 image is on the left here by itself. So let's add those modules 1 through 6, and I have those here 1 through 6, plus I have the product shot. Alright, so I'm going to let these files upload, and as they do, so the first one is how to understand your FB ad goals. We're going to put that in here. Next one is the ultimate Facebook ad strategy. Next one is how to navigate the ad dashboard. And then targeting 101, which is this one right here. Now of course they have put in the time to make these images. I'm just showing you what Thrive can do, what WordPress can do. I expect you to totally go and do your own thing and not copy from them or anyone. We don't want plagiarism. We're all here to make an honest penny by putting in the hard work. That's the only shortcut to success, is hard work. And trust me, I have learned that the hard way, because I'm a very impatient guy. And you can see again, these are all, you can see it in one kind of section here. So I'm going to decrease the space in between these boxes. And how you can do that is click on the box here, and we're going to go to margins and padding and put a negative on the top, delete the bottom one, still a lot of space, so I'm going to delete the padding also, and let's take the top one to maybe -50. That looks much better. Maybe even -65, much better. Same thing with this one, delete the padding, delete the margin, and then in the top we're going to give it -65. Oops, that one went too far. Okay, -75 maybe. Too many minuses. Alright, so that one again fits in the entire one page view. People can see what's going on. And then this one is on the right here. Actually no, this one is a different image, sorry. Let me click on the image, change image, upload a file. So the one I'm looking for says module 1 right here. Put that in. Guys, this is so easy. I love doing this, and hopefully you guys can learn from this, save some money and do it yourself. The one thing that we don't have is time, right? So that's never on our side. Now what I want to do is I want to make sure that this image is center aligned with everything on the left side. So I just click on this entire section here and click on the center alignment, and there you have it. It's all center aligned, ready to rock and roll. I'm going to save changes, and then module 2, 3, 4 is the same thing. All these elements are pretty much the same what we discussed. Get on the waiting list, what if I have questions, Q&A. So this is all the same, everything that we just did. And that join the waitlist button, what we can do is I can go back up here, copy this button, and then drag it down to where I want it next. As you can see, they have a lot of call to action buttons throughout their page. And if I wanted to change the style on this, I can make it small and make it normal default, so it's not taking the whole screen like the full width, and that's it. Before we leave, I do want to show you guys quickly a preview of what this site looks like now that we have put in the work and kind of made it the way we want it to. So if I go back to my dashboard here and click on all pages, here's the page. It's sitting in draft because again we don't want to publish it. I don't want to copy someone else's work. So if I click on preview, it'll open a tab, and here we can take a look at what this looks like, the end product. So I can scroll through this here, and you can see the different page sections have come in just the way we wanted. Here's another page section, and it looks pretty high quality. I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell that I did this sitting here in less than an hour. Again, this was because we had all the photos done and all the copy for the landing page done for us already. So if you're doing your own, of course it's going to take longer for you to write the copy, to write design the landing page, to have all the images. But you can kind of take a look here and see what can be accomplished with a small amount of time and just the right amount of experience. And that's where I'm hoping I can teach you a trick or two that you'd be able to use. And that's it, guys. So that's it for this part of the video. Thank you again for sticking around and bearing with me through all of these drag and drops. Hopefully you're getting the hang of it. If you have any questions, write them in the comments below, and hit subscribe. I will see you on the flip side. I'm recording this on Saturday, June 17th. For all the fathers watching this, wish you a happy Father's Day. It's my second Father's Day, the best joy in the world. And I'm looking forward to going now and enjoying some food at a food truck festival. And that's my Father's Day gift. So take care, guys, and have a great weekend. Or if it's a weekday, have a great weekday.